It's Tuesday. Hooray! Here we are, loving the Tuesday tidbits. Today is a big day for us at WAM as we explore managing tech stress. And then at 11, we're heading into a longer version of, the being a good online participant, which, hello, look at you guys. You already are. Thank you for popping into the chat. Loving that. I'm glad we've built this culture here. And then, of course, this afternoon, Rochelle will be leading us through our first of 4 series on customer service. So we're super excited to bring all of this amazing stuff to you today. Yes, 100%. All of the points, all of the time. So managing tech stress. Oh my gosh, does anybody just feel that pressure in their shoulders already? Oh, I was just complaining to Rochelle. I pulled my chest muscles. I think really it stems off from delivering a toddler instead of a newborn. My first child was giant, and so I used to pull my chest muscles every time I'd lift his car seat, the bucket seat. Anyway, and then as I get older and now I pile wood and do all these things. Anyway, my point is my chest has been killing me. And then the yogi in me said, hey, are you hunching over your computer 20 hours a day? Could that have anything to do with it? And so today, looking at some of those points as well, managing our tech stress is huge. And if nothing else, the pandemic has taught us and given us this opportunity to live in the online world even more than we were already. Am I right? Yes, Kathy. Oh, I know. And even my eyeballs, I recently made an appointment with my eye doctor because I think I need the computer glasses. And those of you with computer glasses are like, duh, of course you do. But I didn't know this because I didn't live in this land as much. Anyway, yes. The multitasking, oh my gosh, so true. And if you're a multitasker like I am, it's more like squirrel tasking. It's like herding kittens, I don't know, a bag of rattlesnakes sometimes where we're so torn. And in fact, as I look at my computer right now, let me count them. 1, 2, 3. I have 11 tabs open. So what is that doing in my mind? How many tabs do I have open in my mind? Oh my goodness. I can't wait to hear from you guys as we go through this today. Just real quick, we know where we are, who we are, but our vision is that all Manitobans have access to the essential skills, knowledge, and training required to determine and pursue their goals related to learning the workplace and life. Every week, you will hear me say, do you not see how much this affects both our work life and our home lives? This session for sure is true on that. Yes, thank you everybody. Needing eye exercises. I know my son did vision therapy. I should haul out some of his old tools for that. Bounce in from, we had this string of different beads, colored beads. So you would take your eyes and look at the yellow bead, then jump to the black bead, then to the green bead. It was really fascinating. Yeah, good point. I know I have all the tools, but why don't I do it? Maybe you guys can help me through this today. You can be my personal counselors. Isn't that what this is for? We also want to give a thanks to our funders, Employment and Social Development Canada, Manitoba Education and Training. This project was jointly funded through Human Resources Skills Development Canada and Entrepreneurship Training and Trade. Mm-hmm. Vision therapy was amazing, guys. If that's not something that's like, you're like, what is vision therapy? Well, it's pretty cool because it's these eye exercises and body exercises. It's training our body and our eyes to work together. At least that's what I would call it. I don't know. Maybe my vision therapist would say something different. As a reminder why we're here, we are all about the 9 essential skills. And today, hitting on digital technology. I can't believe that I, Carrie Mealy Holmes, am using digital technology, right? It's not a land that I normally present in and facilitate on, but I'm happy to be here because it is one of those 9 essential skills. Now, as for the other offerings that we have at WEM, we have multiple sessions coming up. We have our new schedule has hit the internet, so if you haven't seen it, check it out. Lots of really cool things coming up this, I guess, spring, winter, spring, whatever you want to call whatever we're living in. And then, of course, our West Center, we are anticipating that we'll be able to open up fingers crossed, toenails crossed, whatever, in the next few months. So in our West Center, we do a lot of upskilling. Actually, is a really big hot topic. Writing in the workplace, all of these sort of things. Any of those spots that we're, kind of diminished in or need a little refresh, or if there are people on our teams, we have amazing people that work in our West Center that can help you, that are patient and kind and smart. Isn't that great? What more do you want? And then, of course, workplace training. And currently, with the virtuals, we're able to come into your workplace and provide our workplace training that we would normally do in person. We're happy to come and do that virtually and provide any customized training that you would need, those supports. Mark, well, good to hear, right? New computer, that's kind of exciting. Yes. Thank you for that, Rochelle. This is a really good point. Talk to your optometrist. Vision therapy is amazing. I know it really helped our son big time. Those 9 essential skills, reading, writing, document use, digital literacy, that's where we are today, right? Numeracy, of course, oral communication. If you talk to me, I would say it comes in with everything we do, working with others, thinking skills, and hello, continuous learning, loving all of these. What do you guys find? What's causing tech stress? So I've thrown up 4 ideas. Spoiler alert, I stole them from Rochelle, but they were really good. So what causes tech stress for you? Mark, your broken computer would cause tech stress for sure. What else? Oh my goodness, let's just pause for a moment of silence for the internet. I just think of the internet as this lady just, running, and she's getting older and it's getting a little bit harder to run. And some days it's really a picture of me running the internet, let's face it. But do you not find it's so spotty now and then? At least that's from my position. I see sometimes I'm just all of a sudden the bandwidth is just not there. And it's like, hello, has everybody logged in at the same time? The answer is probably yes. Yeah, constant changes. So true. Yes, yes. Can't keep up. Something new all the time. Quickly changing, definitely. Oh, okay, Sandra, 1,000,000%. Yeah. Whether they're being passive aggressive or maybe they have way too many emails or they're just not understanding. I agree that not responding to important information is so challenging. Yes. Back-to-back meetings, so much tech, right? The pandemic did catch us short with tech enablement. Truth in our home. Okay, your children will now be learning from home. Oh, I guess we need the internet. Oh, I guess they need a device. Do you know, like that was a cha-ching situation in our home for sure. We were forced to make a huge change, right? It wasn't an option. And especially when schools were like, okay, we're no longer printing off assignments. You have to do that as well. So the other tech was this magical thing called a printer. So we were kind of weak on those areas because we didn't need them up until this point. But yes, Cindy, totally. Connectivity, bandwidth, right? And how much we just live on the internet. It's so true. Our user capabilities, different knowledge levels. Oh, yeah, Felicia, have you watched that documentary? Someone help me out. What's it called? Is it The Social Dilemma? I haven't watched it, obviously. Yes, thanks, Cindy. Yeah, that's what I've had so many friends tell me about it. I feel like I have watched it, but that's what it made me think that tech has constant access to us, right? Making boundaries, right? Or we'll just work all the time. Hands up if you do work all the time. Do you bring your work home, or we're already working from home? So now it's 10 p.m. and we're still working? Ugh, yeah, I've heard it's good, but in a bad way, but in a good way. Yeah, I don't know if we want to watch it, guys. Ah, Karen. Sorry to laugh at that, but yes. Right? So much tech stress. Do we even realize it? Or have we become, how like you just get pulled into something and you don't even know you're living in it? I feel that way with this tech stress. I feel like we're just numb to it at this point, and it's just part of our lives. Any other platforms I've missed here? These are the ones that I work in every week. All of the things, all of the time, right? Oh, Skype. I forgot about Skype. Right. One of my volunteer capacities is on Skype. Totally forgot. Thank you. We'll have to update this slide. They all are so similar, but have their own little different things. Before, Wham, had you and any of you worked in any meeting before? Mm-hmm. The one little tiny thumb. Right. How about the Zooms? Are we familiar with the Zoom? I feel like Zoom is kind of like we just call all of these things Zoom. Is that not the truth? Yes, right. So we're working in exactly or Xerox. We're just gonna Xerox this. We just need a Kleenex. Yes. Teams, Felicia, why? Why has it been life changing for having face to face or what is it? Remember when MSN Messenger came out? Anybody? Are you with me on this? And we could message our people at work. We're in the same office, and instead of like, and I was in an open concept office, so like, literally there were no cubicle walls, but here we were messaging each other instead of like turning our head on a 90-degree angle or whatever this angle is and saying, hello, can I talk to you as a human? No, we got so excited about messaging, or when email became like a major thing in the workplace. Yes, I'm like 300 years old, so I remember this stuff. But it was so exciting. And now, how many of us, when we see that little envelope, or right now on my, because again, I'm 100 years old, my Hotmail account has a little red dot on it. I'm like, oh, there's something there. I don't even want to look at it anymore. Whereas before we were like, oh, I wonder who's emailed me, right? So true. Oh, for communication logs, file sharing. Yay. Perfect. This is an actual photo of me, not really, but I feel like this is how I look sometimes, right? Video calls can be so draining. And so it's kind of why we keep our cameras off for this one. We just set this up. I don't know, Rochelle and I just decided tidbits, camera off. And I think part of it was when we were working from home, neither of us had the bandwidth to have our video on. And so then it just became this thing. Isn't it funny how traditions work? The truth is, they're so draining because we're forced to focus intently on the conversations in order to absorb information. We only have that face, right? We have someone's face. We don't have the rest of their body language. Mm-hmm. Sandra. Yes, well, yeah, these are the things, right? Dealing with how we look as well in a pandemic. So true. As we are staring directly into a screen, right? It can be really tiring for our eyes, for our face. We need that visual and mental break. It's not ideal for chat. Yes, I know. And that's something to learn too, right? Am I using the right tech for the meeting? Now, Felicia, this is a tidbit. You're good. But it is tricky. I've joined a tidbit from my phone as well. And it's like, oh man, this is tricky to kind of chat in here and enjoy that. But to stare at the screen for time and time on end, I've resorted mostly to wearing my glasses, even though I love wearing my contacts, and because my eyes get so tired. Anybody wear contacts here? Do you know what I'm talking about? They get kind of like, I don't know what happens. I'm not a scientist. However, it's just like they get so sore. And so wearing my glasses has been very helpful. Now, here's the thing, and we'll talk a little bit about this at our 11 o'clock session. Avoid multitasking. Who's guilty? Let's have a confessional moment. Who's guilty of multitasking while being in a video call or a webinar meeting? Hello, yeah. Samesies. I'm a terrible student. I'm realizing this. I had this epiphany about it the other day as I was unloading my son's laundry. I'm like, he didn't even flip his load, blah, blah, blah. Look at his room as a disaster. And then that little voice said, he is you. I went, ooh. And I know then we're both these distracted kind of people, and it's hard, right, to stay focused, definitely. Now, like we said, it may be tempting to get other work done on a video call, but switching between tasks, right, can cost you as much as 40% of your productive time. Right. Oh, Mark, good point. We're evolving along with the tech. So true. I brag about my 95-year-old aunt. How many 95-year-olds do you know that hold a Zoom birthday party for themselves? Not many. My Aunt Barb, maybe, right? Fax machines. We had no voicemail. Who even listens to their voicemail anymore? Am I the only one that stopped listening? I'll just call you back. If you're calling, don't bother leaving a message. I'm not going to listen to it. I'll just call you back. Right? Couple of hundred satellites, shot a car into space. The pace of change is growing exponentially. Yeah, we definitely have to evolve. So to say, yeah, I'm not going to do this, guess what, friends? You're going to be left behind, right? Mm-hmm. We should be thinking never again. I agree. Get crushed. Yeah, definitely. So this is a good lesson I should have remembered for this morning. Close your tabs, right? Close the programs that might distract you. Put your phone away, stay present. It can be really tricky too if we have notifications on our computer. I know I've been caught by that, getting emails during a tidbit or a workshop, and it's like this window pops up, and then it's a squirrel moment, right? Put your phone away and try really hard to stay present. The notifications can be really tricky. Anybody remember if you have a Wii and how exciting it was when you first got your Wii and you ended up getting a golf injury from Wii Golf or something like this, but the Wii would be like, hey, they show you a picture of an open window. Hey, maybe it's time to take a break. Or Netflix. Are you still watching? Yeah, what's it to you? Don't judge me, right? But the thing is, when we're on these longer calls, right? Just try to minimize that anything that's going on. Look away from your computer now and then, right? Give your eyes a break, and it can actually help to re-engage us. I know, squirrel. Hmm. Oh, thanks for that, Evan. Yeah, definitely a huge help. And that's the thing, to see these things as tools to help us to do our jobs better. Okay, is everybody seated? Here's a brilliant idea. Check your calendar because we still have all that old tech. Maybe we could have a phone call, right? Instead of a video chat or an email. But be careful, right? We want to make sure that we're using the right channel of communication for the purpose of the information that we're sharing. So yes, sometimes we do actually need to go on the videos, but are there times where I could phone someone, right? Or email them instead. And especially in situations where we're communicating with people outside of our organizations, don't feel obligated to send a video link. Often a phone call is more appropriate. I know our watches tell us what to do too. They're so bossy, right? You've been sedentary for 24 hours. Yeah, what's it to you? Now, here's a quick survey. Ask yourself these questions. Even though you might be tech savvy, do you still feel like you're juggling too much? Oh, do we even want to answer this second question? Is your sleep impacted due to having smartphone, tablet, laptop, or smart TVs in the bedroom? Do you feel you spend too much time on social media? Right? These are all things, if you're like, yes, you have a problem. We need to work on it, right? And I know for myself, I kind of go in spurts. Are you constantly on your phone, computer, or tablet? Or do you find yourself pulling for your phone when you're standing in a line? Or can you just stop and look around and enjoy some people watching or something like that? Are you so busy that you skip lunch? Do you drive instead of walk because it saves time? Well, plus we live in a cold climate, right? Not so much lately. Do you feel overcommitted to the point that there's no time for yourself to relax or recoup? Is there something on your schedule that could wait? Now, that's not just the procrastinator in me talking. Are there things that we've overscheduled or because we're in a pandemic, we feel like we need to do more? I've seen this with some of the different organizations that I'm involved with in volunteer capacities. like we need to have more meetings. But do we? Like, do we really? Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, take a picture of this slide even. I don't mind. It is. It's a great time to have that big boy or big girl conversation with yourself. It's easy. We have modern tech, right? It's all around us. It's become so easy to get addicted to social media, smartphone use. Maybe it's not even the socials. Maybe you're like, I'm on zero social media. Who can say that? Anybody? Crickets, insert crickets, right? We're all in some form or another. I was going to brag about my husband, but then I realized he joined LinkedIn. So that's a social, right? Leslie, what? How is this a thing? Right? So sometimes, recognizing, is this impacting my sleep? Am I able to relax? Am I comparing my life, right? The terrible parts of my life to someone's snapshot of a really fantastic moment? Maybe. Because then, is it possible that I'm introducing that stress and allowing it to build up inside of me and creating this cycle of stress? Maybe. Right? These are all our possibility thinking. Here are a few tips. I thought you might enjoy this lovely picture of the Northern Lights. I didn't take it, but it was still just like, how many times do we take the time to go stand outside and look at the stars? Right? Just to pause, take a moment. So we look at dedicating time for exercise, yoga, meditation. Do something that you love, right? I want to be a runner so bad, but my body's like, no, you don't. So what do I do instead? I ski, I swim, not so much lately. I do yoga, right? There's finding ways to move our bodies. I know, Sandra, I did that. Had this, even at the Jets game. You're there, you're with the crowd, you're in the moment, and what are we all doing? We're watching the screen. I think it's because we've become so used to seeing our lives and other people's lives played out in a screen. Is that possible? There must be some sort of book or talk on that. And if not, maybe Rochelle, we could start writing one. What about going for a walk on your lunch break? Anybody do this? Stand up, walk away from the desk, go for a walk? Even just something short? Yeah, Cindy, so good. Take a nap, lie down, relax. I know when I worked with some folks, they would do this. They had an hour lunch, so they would actually take half an hour nap. Really inspiring. I watched them while I was on my social media. Read a book, read a magazine. Do you have like a no smartphone digital device zone at home? Mhm. Do we have a ban on social media between specific hours? Thanks for that. The bathroom, I hope. Please, everybody. How many times have you heard of someone dumping their phone in the toilet? Like, how? How did this happen? Thank you for that. Um, Turning off our phones. Does anybody power down? Thanks, Mark. Yeah, still busy just because you're retired, right? Does anybody, when they get home or something or at specific time, turn off their phone? Yes, thank you. Right? Something to consider. Here's the thing. Going actually back to something, Mark, you had said about all the different tech and stuff, while modern communication has increased the ease of our lives, it's also significantly increased the speed at which it moves. Mm-hmm. That's cool. Good point. Car, dinner table, screen-free Sundays. Yes, Leslie, working towards that too. I have many friends that do that screen-free Sunday. So good. Mark, yeah, wireless mics. Yikes. So true. Now we're looking like we're doing refresh. How come they haven't replied to my email when in the past, right? Mail could have taken a long time. Maybe you experienced this. I'm still waiting on a package from Canada Post. At Christmas time when everything was like so crazy, we kind of for a split moment understood what it was like to be back in snail mail land. And the truth is, we're so used to it being instant that it can actually lead us to doing more. Modern tech has gained such a presence in our lives, it's easy to become addicted, right? And it starts impacting our relaxation, our sleep, and possibly even our relationships. I check it every day, Kathy. Kathy's asking me how many times do I check the tracking system? I went without it for a week. I didn't check it for a week, and then I remembered about it. And I was like, where the heck is it? Yes. Well, like we said, this stress accumulation can build up, and our Zoom fatigue, I called it Zoom fatigue just because of the Kleenex thing, right? The only way we show that we're paying attention is by staring at the camera. And even today, before we got started, Rochelle and I had our cameras on, we were talking, and I was not looking at our actual tab that was open for our meeting. She wasn't either. We were both looking at different things. So we could still be looking at our camera, making it look like we're paying attention, but we're working in different tabs. And I think that's the beauty of closing those tabs so that we are focused. The truth is, how often in life do we actually stand 3 feet from a colleague and stare directly at their face and not move? Probably never, right? And that's true, right? 2-year-olds can operate an iPhone. Oh, that constant gaze can make us feel uncomfortable and tired, right? Looking out the window, like we said before, we're all in the same thing together. Not to mention, most of us are staring at a small window of ourselves, making us hyper aware that even in our mid 40s, we're still getting zits, right? Every wrinkle, expression, and considering like, oh, how will they interpret that? I looked away for a split second. Does it think that I don't care anymore? Right? Some of us may become hyper aware of our body language. We need those visual breaks. Hmm. Yes, the teleportation, holographics. Yes. How many of us are in this mode of, yeah, I'm fine, I'm totally fine. And meanwhile, this is more of what we feel like. When we're stressed, our bodies, as we know, react in different ways, and usually not really great ways, right? Our fight, flight, and freeze. We may even start to collapse in our bodies, and I think this might be part of my chest issue, actually, going back to this being a counseling session for me. Is it possible that some of these feelings that we have are actually because we are like this fellow here? We're hunched, we're collapsing in our bodies. Guess what happens if belly doesn't have that space to breathe? We're breathing in a shallow way, and we're not able to bring in that oxygen to fuel our muscles, right? Not only does it affect our bodies, our physical bodies, it affects those emotions and our moods. So let's take a moment. Let's just all take a deep breath. Blow it out through your mouth. Let's take another deep breath, this time in and out through the nose. Wow, 2 breaths and I already feel like amazing. And this is a good point, migraines. Anybody here experience headaches and migraines? Is it possible, right, that we are so stuck in our bodies and we're staring at this bright screen day in, day out, plus the stress physically, emotionally, and mentally? I wanted to conclude this today with this awesome picture. And this is hopefully not how we feel, but by letting you know about this really cool article I found on the internet. And this is the exact title. So if you want to write it down, Health Tips for Computer Users, or 6 Ways to Avoid Dying at Your Desk. That's literally the title. I thought you guys would love it. And know that in our next sessions, Rochelle will be presenting with us. I should have maybe grabbed those dates. Rochelle is bringing this in an expanded form, this very topic, and it's going to be amazing. And I can't wait to see all of you there and to continue this awesome conversation. February 23rd. Yes. Oh, Moore's Law and Tech. Thank you. Thanks, Mark, for that. Yes. If this is a 2-part series, so we'll have February 23rd and March 2nd. If you haven't signed up, run to the WEM Interlake site and save your seat for that. And we look forward to sharing this with you again. Take care, everybody. Oh, yes, they're 1-hour sessions. So thanks so much. Take care. Let's all take a breath and breathe. Have a wonderful day, everyone.